Hi, and welcome to Inspired Messages. It's Sue here. Happy New Year. I hope you've had a wonderful Christmas with all your family and you've enjoyed, relaxing and chilling, I would say. I'm actually not in my normal space. We've had visitors, so I'm in my bedroom. We're trying to get a bit of peace and quiet away from everybody, and so fingers crossed that I don't get interrupted. So, obviously, I've looked at what's coming up at 2025. You might have already seen other people talk about it. And, we're going to have more of the same. There's a lot of planetary changes coming up, and so there'll be lots of different energy. So, but first of all, I wanted to mention, and you might even know this as well, that we are in a 9-year numerologically, I can't even say it. And a 9-year is about endings and completion. So we're in for lots of endings globally, and we can already see that there's so much upheaval around the world. You've got to be totally asleep not to see what's going on. And in numerology, 2025 is considered, as I say, a 9 universal year because you add the 2 to the 2 to the 5 and that equals 9. And 9, as I say, represents completion and the conclusion of a cycle before beginning again with a 1, as we will in 2026. So it's kind of interesting, isn't it, that we've got all the planetary energies as well changing, and we've got this 9 numerology year, and so remember that 2025 is a year of release and purging that which is no longer serves us, and the 9 universal year marks the end, as I say, the end of a cycle. So, and life does go in cycles, I find. And if you think back, every 12 years from when you're, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, around those years, we have our Jupiter return, and there's always a major change. And there certainly has been for me. And you have to think about that, really. Go back over your life is not easy. But they are major turning points. So, for I think the planetary alignments are echoing the same message as the numerology, and for a start, 4 of the major planets will be changing signs this year, and also we've had Pluto moving into Aquarius, so that's 5. Of the major planets changing energy, and they're in the signs for quite a while. Some longer than others. Obviously, Pluto is going to be in Aquarius for 2 decades till 2044. And that's the longest. But also, Neptune and Uranus, the outer planets, they all are in a sign for, like 7 to 12 years. So major, major time of change. Jupiter stays in the sign for about a year, and Saturn about 2.5 years. So, as these planets are all changing sign at the same time, we don't have that either. Which we don't have all that happening. So that's why we're going to have this change in what we do, how we live, and everything. So first of all, I look at Jupiter. So Jupiter will move out of Gemini and into the sign of Cancer on the 9th of June. So it's still got some time in Gemini. And so obviously Gemini is all about communication, and it could be miscommunication as well. It's all about any kind of communication, and obviously we're getting a lot of miscommunication. We don't know what to believe, who to believe, what story to believe, and so we're really being put to the test. And so when it moves into Cancer, it's a very different energy. And we'll cover that in a minute. So it will move out of Gemini and into Cancer on the 9th of June. And Saturn moves from Pisces into Aries on the 24th of May. And Uranus moves out of Taurus, thank goodness, and into Gemini on the 7th of July. And Neptune will move out of Pisces and into Aries on the 30th of March. So, as I say, we will experience very different energies. And also the Pluto, has finally moved into Aquarius for the next 20 years. And also the North Node has also moved into Pisces. And that will be January the 11th till July the 26th, 2026. So that will have an effect as well. So let's look at Pluto. I know I've covered it before. So Pluto moving into Aquarius can bring breakthroughs in science, space travel in general, also technology, AI, etc. And also the forming of more groups connected to activism and grassroots movements, groups that will transform society, because we're talking about Pluto. Pluto is about transformation, and Aquarius can be rebellious, but it's also innovative and progressive. So we can expect reform and new ways of living are likely. And, we can see it already. We've got in the UK, we've got the Reform Party, which has taken over the Conservative Party. The members list is longer now. It's overtaken the Conservative. So, this is, again, a different way of doing things, because for the last 100 years we've had mainly Conservative and Labour, but we now find out that they're both the same. It's all a game, it's all a play. So we are all hoping, aren't we, that maybe a new political party will help to clear the muddy water, or the stagnant water, or whatever you want to call it, because when things become stagnant, things don't move. And so we need this, we really need this. And then Neptune moving into Aries will be very different. It's been in Pisces for a long, long time, and it belongs in Pisces, but now it's moving into Aries, and Aries is a leader and a warrior. And Neptune can be inspirational, and it can have a vision. We may well get a new leader with these qualities, someone who challenges what we've always had and sees things in a new way, a better way, someone who seeks a better, fairer way of living. So that's what we want, because we're fed up really of being, controlled. So, we need to make decisions for ourselves, not have somebody do it for us. So Uranus moving into Gemini, the planet of communication, will speed up technology for sure. We can expect rapid changes in that area, along with education and social connections, the media, and information dissemination. I think there would be more about UFOs and alien life and spacecraft. There's a lot of talk about the drones that are appearing in many places of the world, the secret space programs, etc. And I have got a link to a video about that, which I found very, very interesting. So have a look at that. It's the guy Redacted. His YouTube channel is Redacted, and I think it's Clayton. I can't remember his last name, and he's interviewing Michael Sala. It's very, very interesting. So I put that link. Anyway, in the past, Uranus in Gemini actually was a time of revolution. And at that time, we had the American Civil War, And when it happened again, we had the Second World War. So it takes 84 years for for Uranus in Gemini to come around again, because it takes 84 years for Uranus to go around the chart. So, as I say, in the past, we've had revolution covering the American Civil War and the Second World War. So, we may need to hang on to our hats in some areas of the world. I think people are going to stand up and say enough is enough. And we'll wait and see, but it's already happening, isn't it? We've got the farmers now in the UK saying they're going to block the food, where you store the food, the warehouses, so that the food can't be delivered. So we'll see. It's, as I say, it's already happening. So Jupiter moving into Cancer, it likes being in Cancer. It's what we call exalted, so it can help with empathy, caring for others. It has a need to connect on an emotional level. Jupiter is happy in the sign of Cancer, so it's going to do things well. And Jupiter loves to expand, so progress maybe in education and knowledge is possible, and what we believe may change. It's a time of planting new things, and Jupiter in Cancer may well kickstart this new trend. Cancer, being a water sign, has great intuition, and it's likely to expand using intuition and emotional intelligence. So I think that's going to be good when Jupiter moves into Cancer. So the North Node in Pisces can bring a shift in the spiritual perspective, along with creativity, intuition, and empathy for those less fortunate. So this is the North Node is the direction we should be moving towards. And whatever sign it's in, it's going, you have to link the two together. So Pisces is all about empathy, and the practice of meditation, attending to our inner world, including dreams and their meanings, connecting more to creativity through music and the arts, letting go of control and going with the flow, embracing uncertainty and the unknown. We've got plenty of that. And being of service and helping others that need support is also likely when the North Node is in Pisces. So, you can see with what I've just said, with all these changes in energy, there's going to be, I think it's going to be more positive, even though we're going to have to hang on to our hats. I think we're moving towards more proactive involvement with everybody wanting to do their bit. And throughout the year, we have many transits, some are challenges because they're squares and oppositions and conjunctions, and some that will keep us going and help the coming changes. So obviously, I'll cover these transits throughout the year. And throughout the year, obviously each month I will focus on, because I think if I give you too much information now, you're going to get a bit, your mind will just overloaded, really. So the second half of the year, we have some major transits, which are sextiles and a trine. So we know that these are positive, that it's not a challenge, it's something much easier. So these transits will help the coming changes that are already happening around the world. So on August the 11th, Saturn will sextile Uranus, which will bring opportunities for growth, reform and progress. And on August the 28th, Uranus is going to sextile Neptune, which will bring a real dynamic interplay between innovation, which is Uranus, and spirituality and creativity, which is Neptune. And it can bring a potential for positive change, both personally and collectively. And on September the 3rd, Jupiter is going to trine the North Node, which is very positive and indicates a time of opportunity where doors open for us to align with our life purpose. So it's important we don't pass up the opportunities that present themselves around that time. So August, September, I think promises to be quite interesting, if not positive. Time. And on November the 20th, Uranus is again going to sextile Neptune. So that continues the theme for positive change, both personally and collectively. So you can see from the planetary alignments that change is on the horizon for 2025. And we also have the eclipses. Which, also indicate the end of something and new beginnings, always eclipses, which last, anything from 3 to 6 months, the changes from an eclipse. So on March the 14th, which is not that long, actually, not far away, is it? Only got January and February. And then we've got a first lunar eclipse, and it will be at 23 Virgo. And Virgo is about health. So personally, you need to focus on your food, your exercise, not forgetting your mental health, not forgetting your spiritual practice, because Virgo is opposite Pisces. And we all know that Pisces is about spirituality. So we have to bring that into the mix, okay? And on the world stage, we may hear more about the health of people around the world, more information about the jib jab. It might be revealed. I mean, it's already coming out. If you're in the know, if you're watching the right people, there's a lot of information out there. I recently saw a doctor who'd been struck off in Australia, who'd gone to court, has been reinstated, and that they've said that what he said about the pick was true. So but we have to be aware of it because it's not on mainstream media. But there is a lot going on, a hell of a lot going on. And more information might be come out about other things that are being put out there. I'm talking about the skies. I'm talking about our water, our food. All the things that we ingest, are being tampered with. So I think it's important that we take responsibility for ourselves. And I've added a short video from Clive de Carle, whose talk highlights how we can protect ourselves, and it's very interesting. I think it's about 34 minutes. So I've put that in the notes below. So please take a look at that. You might have seen Clive being interviewed by Richard Boats, and I think they did a kind of two-man show together, a live show somewhere in the UK. So I think he's reasonably well known. So on March the 29th, 2 weeks later, there will be a partial solar eclipse at 9 degrees of Aries, and that's going to be on my Mars. Because my Mars is 9 degrees of Aries. So, I mean, gosh, I'm already going through it because I've got Uranus back on my Sun till March the 14th, and it doesn't really go away. So I've got no control at the moment, so I'm having to learn my lessons. Obviously, everybody's chart's different, but yeah, it's really challenging me at the moment. Anyway, Aries, it wants to change. It wants, to move. This partial solar eclipse in Aries indicates the need for change. So time to take action. It will be, and start afresh, take a risk, and grab life with a new energy. Okay. And then on September the 7th, we have a total lunar eclipse at 15 degrees of Pisces. So Pisces is opposite to Virgo. So there will be a focus on health and work, life balance, along with the spiritual side of Pisces. A good time, I would say, to declutter your home, your office, your mind, your body, and change any bad habits. Do a cleanse, or do a fast, or do something different. And we have a partial solar eclipse on September the 21st at 29 Virgo. Again, the same focus of work, health, balance, and the understanding that we're not just physical, we are spiritual beings too. Consciousness and who we really are will become more talked about. More people will be doing videos on it. I think it's already out there. I just think it's just going to get more popular, really. And that there may be a lot of soul searching. More information will be revealed, I think, about health. So watch out, for that this year, especially as 2 of the eclipses are in Virgo, the sign of health. There's lots of change for us all, and 2025 promises to be a very interesting year where many things will happen, many things will change. But, as I said, everyone's astrology chart is different, so it will affect everyone differently. So, what about January? So, the 2nd, Venus is going to enter Pisces. So obviously Venus is very kind of soft. It's entering Pisces, so compassion and empathy are strong. With Venus in Pisces, you can be more understanding than usual, and you may also feel the urge to help, any way you can, for people less fortunate. And I don't think you'll expect anything in return. It's that kind of energy. Just want to help, and you'll feel it. On the 3rd, Mars will be opposite Pluto. Now, I've talked about this a lot, and it's been around a lot. This is when it's exact. So this is incredibly strong energy. So Mars it was the god of war when it's opposite Pluto. The god of what? The god of death and transformation. So, don't put yourself in dangerous situations on the 3rd. And it's not really going to go away for a while because of different scenarios which I'll cover. But anyway, if you're bottling anything up, it can explode now, at the worst possible moment. So, try, if you feel very pent up, try to get to the heart of the problem and transform it with that Pluto. On the world stage, we've been kind of expecting, maybe more upheaval on the war front. We've already had it, got it. So, we just have to wait and see, really. But it is a bit like a pressure cooker, waiting to blow. So I would suggest, on the 3rd, we will do something really nice, and it's, as I say, it's not going to go away. It's not a quick thing. We've been waiting for it to be exact. So just take care. That's what I'm saying. Just take care, look after yourself, be with the right people. So on the 4th, the Sun is going to sextile Saturn. This is in Pisces. So, you can focus on what you need to get done. actually, because, you've got Saturn in the mix, with a practical approach, and you'll be able to work on long-term plans. And you will also be quite responsible. So if you've made New Year's resolutions, this would be good, really, to use this energy towards anything that you've decided you want to do in your New Year's resolution. So, on the 6th, Mars, which is retrograde, enters Cancer. And so emotions can be difficult to control, and they might prompt you to act in a way that, doesn't help the situation. So you need to try to, not get drawn into your reactive mind. Don't react. You need to strengthen yourself maybe internally, because Mars in Cancer is quite tricky. So we need to use it, in a caring way if we can. Okay. So also on the 6th, Mercury is going to square Neptune. So this is a square, it's a bit of a challenge. So, we've got Mercury, which is the mind, squaring Neptune, which can, kind of, it can put people on a pedestal. You can idealize people. You can make them up to be something they're not. You can get caught up in fantasies. So you could have any or some of it or none of it, but you may struggle with any work projects. Maybe on that day it would be good to give your mind a break. On the 8th, Mercury is going to enter Capricorn. So, again, long-term plans and goals are the focus for the next couple of weeks. And you can have a disciplined mind, be practical and make progress. So, again, good for the New Year's resolutions. And jumping to the 12th, we've got Mars trining Neptune. Okay, so this is about spending some time on something creative that you enjoy, because Mars is your energy, and Pisces, Neptune in Pisces is about, creativity. So it might be something from the past, or you might decide to start a new course on something creative. I mean, it might be art or modelling or clay or something, or flower arranging, or okay, so that would be all very good for that Mars trining Neptune. And on the 13th we have a full moon in the sign of Cancer. So the ruler of the moon is Cancer. So this is a Cancer full moon with a lot of energy. Full moons, we're known to have more problems from the police, more break-ins, more uprising, more fighting, and the hospitals say their intake goes up at a full moon. And when you've got a full moon in Cancer, it's kind of got a lot more energy to it. So again, it's about using this energy in, using your emotional intelligence. But it does amplify emotional energy, and you're more likely to make, more time to look after yourself and your emotional needs, which can help you from becoming too, inward, too subjective. And the home may be important because Cancer rules the home, and it also rules women. So a woman may have an influence in some way. Even though a full moon is about completion, you can actually decide what you no longer want in your life and replace it with something new. Okay, traditionally, the new moon is when you make your new moon wishes, and the full moon is when you kind of say, well, this is not right for me. I just want to remove it from my life. But once you've removed that from your life, you need to be thinking of what you're going to replace it with. Okay, and then the sun is in this chart is trine Uranus. So it is a trine. Thank goodness. So independence and freedom. Stepping outside of your comfort zone, experimenting, making progress with your dreams, all that, So Uranus is always untraditional, but this is a trine, so it's possible that you can use this energy to initiate something that's different. Okay, and then on the 14th, we've got Venus in Pisces making a square to Jupiter in Gemini. So this is a square. So you may lack focus on anything that kind of seems boring, mundane, or demanding. You might also want some space from other people. If you're feeling this, it'd be, good to just take a back seat and take the day off. But it's not always possible, is it? But, you need to pace yourself. And on the 15th, the sun is going to be opposite Mars. So something might feel out of your control. It can feel very personal. You may need to work on being gentle with yourself and channel any kind of frustration into something more productive. On the 17th, the sun sextiles Neptune in Pisces, still in Pisces. So your spiritual self might get more attention, and you can tend to your, meditation, going within, tend to your spiritual needs, feel good on a deep soul level. The sun, sextile Neptune, be good to write any dreams down. It might be that you have a dream that has a message, so you might need a little notebook by your bed. Might do a few cards. I think that's a quite nice thing to do on that day. If you do Reiki, maybe a bit of Reiki. All very good for the sun, sextile Neptune in Pisces. And on the 18th, Venus is in Pisces, conjunct Saturn in Pisces. So you can be more mature, disciplined, so that you can make progress, take your responsibilities more seriously, grow up a bit. That's on the 18th, and on the 19th, the sun moves out of Capricorn and goes into Aquarius. So when you have, just have a drink. Aquarius season kicks off with the sun in Aquarius, and the next month is really good for focusing on your future and what you hope for, and what you dream about, and the changes you want to make, and how you can push outside of your comfort zone. You can be more open to the unconventional and push for the new things that you want in your life, because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and we talk so much about Uranus. And so, this is the energy that we find ourselves in, which is great. We need to use it, because Aquarius is a fixed sign, it's an air sign, and Aquarians think a lot due to the air. And they can be stubborn because it's fixed, but they're social people, and they usually have lots of friends, and they're innovative. They think outside of the box, and that's what we've got to be. We've got to think outside of the box, even though we're not Aquarius. We might have things in the Aquarius house so, it will affect a lot of people. Actually, Aquarius can be sarcastic, they can be funny, they have a quick wit and repartee, and they're progressive and can think differently to the rest of us. So happy birthday, Aquarius. And obviously you might have your moon in Aquarius as well. So it will, as I say, it's going to affect people. And on the 19th, Mercury is going to sextile Saturn. This is going to bring, it's a sextile, and it's Venus. So lots of, pleasant time with your friends, easy to get along with people. You can make new connections, make new friends. It's great for your imagination because with Venus is creative and it's sextile, the Mercury. So, and Venus is in Pisces, ruled by Neptune. So, you can see it'd be a really good day socially and creatively as well. And on the 21st, the Sun is going to conjunct Pluto. So, wow, this is going to bring a lot of passion into the mix. You can be passionate about who you're with. Maybe you've just met somebody. You can be passionate about a new job. You can be passionate about the future. And you can be passionate about transforming your life in some way. You can take control of your dreams, and you can be independent. On the 23rd, Mars in Cancer will sextile Uranus in Taurus. It is a sextile. So you need to be open to doing things differently or in ways you haven't done in a long time. Be independent, innovative, and enthusiastic. That's all kind of Uranian words. And on the 23rd as well, we've got Mercury opposite Mars in Cancer. So arguments, maybe, you can be too easy that you get dragged into something. So watch your words. If you feel you want to blow, try, walk away. Try to have, a healthy outlook. Or outlet, I should say. And also on the 23rd, Mercury is going to trine Uranus. So, think outside of the box, focus on unconventional ideas, plan change. And on the 25th, Venus is going to trine Mars. Again, be creative, use passion, spend time with the people you love or doing things that you love to do. The 26th, Mercury is going to sextile Neptune. Again, it's really good for writing and using your imagination, and creativity. But Mercury, is about the mind. So, you anything that you're feeling fed up with, you're going to want to move away from when you've got Mercury sextile Neptune. You'll be a bit more dreamy, a bit more, taken in by people. So watch that. Write your dreams down again. Maybe you can visualize for something. I think that would be a really good way. Whatever you want, you could do a vision board. That would be really good. Mercury sextile Neptune in Pisces. Very good to do a vision board on the 26th of January. And also Venus is sextile Uranus on that day, on the 26th. Good time to spend with friends or groups you belong to, or make time for something outside what you normally do. Because we're talking about Uranus again, so every time Uranus is in the mix, it gives us the opportunity to be innovative. And on the 27th, Mercury moves into Aquarius. So this is going to bring unconventional ideas, plans for change, and new experimental approaches to how we're going to do things. And I think it's about, stepping outside of your mental comfort zone, because we're talking about Mercury entering Aquarius. It does mean you're going to be thinking a lot, I think, especially if you're an Aquarian, and that Mercury is going to kind of hit some of your Aquarian planets. So on the 29th, Mercury again is going to, this time it's going to conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. So this is going to bring a lot of power and passion for ideas. It's going to have, you're going to be really able to focus, mental focus. And actually, I'll be doing my newsletter for February, so I hope that does happen. You'll be able to dig or research into subjects, solve a problem, plan for transformation, because, we're talking about Mercury, the mind, conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. So it's kind of great, to have these energies to help you move forward. And on the 29th as well, we've got the Aquarius new moon. So the Aquarius new moon, obviously is a good time for new beginnings, propel you towards the future. You can, write your new moon wishes down, what you want to achieve in the next month. Write them down, set the scene, put some music on, light a candle or some incense, write down what you want and sit and meditate on what you want. And if you've done a vision board, put your vision board there as well. Set the scene, and do it. But I think Aquarius always feels upbeat and unconventional. So if you're seeking new opportunities, this Aquarius new moon is going to help. And on the 30th, we've got Uranus moves direct. It's been going backwards, so but it's going to move forward in Taurus, and this is going to restart some changes that you made last summer, and you can feel more motivated. It might need time to get going because obviously it's been retrograde, but it says about working towards what you want, and especially using that Uranian energy that thinks outside of the box. We need that Uranian energy because it actually is about groups, communities, about people pitching in. And so, this is really important that we use the energy of Uranus direct in Taurus at the moment, to move forward. So also on the 30th, we've got the Sun trine in Jupiter in Gemini. So this is great. It's a trine. Jupiter's always about giving us opportunities, so you're going to feel optimistic, open to new experiences. You might even feel lucky. So make the most of this on the 30th. It's going to be a good day, I think. And as usual, obviously I've put some videos for you to watch. The links are under this video. So I mentioned the Clive carle one, and I think there's another one that I'm going to share. I'm hoping it's going to stay up because it was Anna Breeze interviewing Robbie Williams back in 2020, and she's re-released it. Apparently it was removed. So I'm going to put that because it's quite interesting. And then there's a little tiny a few seconds video of Nikola Tesla, and there's also a Nikola Tesla 369 video with Jake Ducey on materializing, and I thought that would be quite good for all these Neptune, Mercury transits that we've got in January. So do watch these videos and share them with other people who you think might be interested. And the affirmation is similar to last month, but anyway, it's about 2025 beyond. 2025 and beyond will be a great year, hand on heart, and I will experience love, joy, great health, and happiness. 2025 and beyond will be a great year, and I will experience love, joy, great health, and happiness. So, have a great January. If you're in the UK, stay warm, stay safe, be with the right people, and you know where I am. You will always contact me through my website, which is astrologersue.com, on my contact page, and my Facebook page is Astrologer Sue Fletcher, and you can find my links through my website, YouTube channel, and all that kind of thing. So have a great month. Happy New Year. And I will see you at the beginning of February. So bye for now. Bye bye.